In the shadows of the justice system, beyond the reach of prisons and execution chambers, lies a place known only to a select few, Ravenwood, a top-secret facility reserved for the most devious and horrible criminals, where life in prison or a death sentence is deemed insufficient. Discovered years ago by the government, Ravenwood is cursed and haunted, a place of eternal punishment. Blindfolded and bound, the worst of humanity are brought to this forsaken place. Through an elaborate maze, they are led, disorientated and terrified, until finally they are cut loose on the grounds of Ravenwood. From that moment, they are free to roam, to explore, to hope. But hope is a cruel illusion here. Though hundreds are condemned to Ravenwood, they are forever isolated, each living as a solitary phantom, unable to find another soul. Occasionally, they might hear the faintest echo of a scream, a reminder of the other damned souls suffering alongside them. The curse of Ravenwood is relentless, a tailor-made torment for each prisoner. Some relive their most heinous crimes every day, unable to escape the terror they inflicted on others. Frank, a ruthless killer, finds himself stalking his victims anew each morning, their fear and pain mirrored in his own eyes. Every night, he dies by their hand, only to awaken the next day to begin the nightmare again. Others are haunted by the darkest corners of their past. Sarah, who tortured her children, now endures their screams and accusations in an endless loop. The face of her children, twisted with pain, are the first and last thing she sees each and every day. But the curse goes deeper still. John, who lived a life of deceit, finds himself a child once more, trapped in the abusive home he thought he had escaped. Each day, he faces his father's wrath, the blows and insults echoing throughout the halls of Ravenwood. The cruelest twist of all is the ever-changing nature of their torment. Each day is slightly different, just enough to give the prisoners a sliver of hope that this day might be better. Perhaps today the maze will lead to freedom, or the ghost of their past will grant them peace. But by the end of each day, the hope is shattered, replaced by the same relentless punishment. Ethan, who defrauded thousands, sees the faces of those he ruined. They appear to him as benevolent spirits, promising forgiveness, only to turn on him with vicious malice as night falls, tearing into his sanity. Maria, a war criminal, is haunted by the ghosts of her victims. By day, they seem to offer solace, but as the sun sets, they drag her to the depths of her worst memories, the screams and cries of the battlefield ringing in her ears. One particularly gruesome tale is that of Victor, a man who delighted in causing others pain. In Ravenwood, his body is torn apart each night by spectral wolves, only to be made whole again by morning. The agony is excruciating, a fitting punishment for a sadistic nature. There is also Lydia, a prisoner who enjoyed watching her victims suffer. In Ravenwood, she feels the effects of her own toxins, writhing in pain as invisible poisons course through her veins, her pleas for mercy unanswered. The worst part is not the punishment itself, but the knowledge that there is no escape. Each prisoner, no matter their crime, is trapped in Ravenwood forever. Days turn into years. Hope becomes a distant memory, and sanity slips away like sand through their fingers. Once you enter Ravenwood, you are lost to the world. Families are told lies, friends mourn, and life goes on. But for those within, time stands still. The curse of Ravenwood ensures that the worst of humanity are never forgotten, their souls bound in eternal torment. So remember, when you hear tales of the most devious criminals vanishing without a trace, know that they have not escaped justice. They're in Ravenwood, paying the ultimate price for their sins, their screams swallowed by the cursed grounds they now call home.